Type your version number in the chat group. Yeah, I will start now. I can't wait. You can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last class we have discussed about the uh, Faraday's law. That is from the module 5. We started with module 5. With this one, we started already with Faraday's law, and then the Faraday's law, how it will be going to calculate the completely magnetic field. If having that any magnetic field intensity or magnetic flux density, and given that how that mathematically and then experimentally is explained in the Faraday's law. So those things we have seen it, and then that particularly when that Faraday's law is going to apply for any of the closed loop of closed loop or magnetic movement, depends on that magnet field will be created whether it is stationary or movable, that is with respect to the time varying field. Okay, so that we have seen that what will be our magnet field calculation with respect to the time varying field, and we have seen that equation also, that is one of the most important Maxwell equations with respect to the time varying field for both which having in the generator action and then transformer action. So this one is generator action and this one is a transformer action. So that magnet field will be created depends on the time varying with the time varying fields with respect to the time varying fields here. Depends on that transfer action will be generated here. Similar way, we have seen that magnetic movement with considering closed like a constant closed loop. Okay, so the similar way we have seen that closed loop and constant magnet field. So with this one will happen in the generator action. That also we have seen it. So these are the two fundamental equation for Maxwell, that having closed line integral E bar dot dl, that is depends on the transfer action minus dou b bar by dou t dot ds, and plus closed integral that velocity of the charge cross b bar and dot dl. So this one is in the generator action. Okay, so this one is one of the Maxwell equation. Further, we'll be going to see that more wave equation from this Maxwell equation here. Okay, so before going to that wave equation, there is a one more concept here, that is a displacement current. So this one is one major concept that having in electromagnetic completely field theory. This one is we are seeing generally, which we are having in the electrical circuits and then op amps and all the things wherever having completely circuits, this displacement current is going to exist. So how it is displacement current is going to start? This is from the basic law that which already we known that basic laws. So those things like having which is magnet field is going to create. Okay, so here first one is magnet field is going to create depends on the current. So once that current is flow through the conductor, so this will be created. So this we know it. What is the definition? Okay. Now similar way, other if you see it, others also it will make that moving charges it make the current. This is also a general definition that we know it about it. That moving charges can make the current. This is also one definition. That's fundamental definition here. Then other like charges always like it is carried by particles. This is also like three different definition here, how that magnet field will be created, and then how that current will be created, and how that charge particular will be carried out. So this one is we generally know it. So from this one only we are going to see that what is the displacement current. Okay. Now actually this one is Maxwell. He has done in 1860s. He has done that one experiment. So how it is going to have the displacement current here. So when we know that one particular circuit, when it is carries that current, so generally in a series current everywhere it is constant. If you don't consider any loop, okay. So for this one only, he has taken that one completely closed circuit, which is having AC supply, and then in between he has taken the two parallel plates. Okay, so between the two parallel plates he has taken, that is capacitance here. Fine. So now we know that once that supply is on, so there will be like a current flows through the circuit completely, that we know it. So when current is flows through this circuit, around this conductor, that magnet field will be produced. That is generally we know the definitions, right? So once that current is carrying, so this will have the magnet field. So same thing here also, if you consider that magnet field. So how he has proved that magnet field is going to like having that movement around this once that current carrying that conductor. Now he has taken one magnet needle, and he has placed first straight magnet field, magnetic he has taken, and he has placed in a straight line here. So this part you can see that my cursor where I am moving. So this part is he has taken that magnet field, and he has placed that near to the conductor. Then once when supply is on, so this magnet field will be displaced with some angle. After that you can see that magnet field will be having this movement. Okay, so magnet field will be having in this movement. So that is some angle notation he has proven that Maxwell. So it is like movement of the magnet field, you can see it here. Okay, now so here is current is carrying here. Now similar way that magnet needle he has placed in here in straight, you can see my cursor. So he has placed in between two parallel plates. Okay, so after placing here, he saw that he observed that there is a displacement of magnet here also in between the two parallel plates here. Okay, so he has taken the one magnet, and before that he has placed as a straight, and then later he observed that once supply is on, so he has observed that magnet also little bit he has a little bit it has moved with the angle here. So this after movement here magnet. Okay, so this one is like a general thing he has taken. Then how it is going to happen? We know that where current is continuous flowing, okay, there like a magnet field will be created. This is our generally we know it. But here you can see it between these two parallel plates. But there is no current in between these two parallel plates. But also he has observed that there is a like magnet field displacement here. So he also observed that there is a magnet field displacement here. So how it is possible this one? Actually you can see the definition, moving charges make current. Okay, moving charges make current. This is fine, but current creates magnet field. So here there is no current at all between two parallel plates because it disconnecting between parallel plate here and here. Okay, but he has observed that there is a magnet field displacement. How it is going to happen this? How it is going to happen? So he is at that time it was so much discussion about this between this parallel plate, how it is happening this magnet field movement without current carrying conductor also. So how it is happened? So that time it was big big questions at that time, and then later he has considered that. So there's a, we know that other thing is that closed line integral, closed line Ampere circuital law. We know that Ampere circuital law, closed line integral. There will be like a magnet field will be created. So this one is General we know it. So closed line integral where current is having completely in a conductor, there will be like a magnet field will be produced. This is our general. Now if no current, then there is no magnet field at all. If no current, there is no magnet field. If current is there, then magnet field will be created. That we know the general information. Then after later that between these two parallel plate, how it is happened, and he has discussed that is which having this which definition you can see it. Moving charges make a current. This information is not sufficient at that time. Moving charges make current. It is not sufficient. It is insufficient data, which is given here. Moving charges make current. Okay. So here there is no displacement. There is no charges moving particle about these two between two parallel plate. But he has observed that the magnet field displacement happened. So this data is giving some of thing is like insufficient data. Then later he has described that how it is happened this function, how it is happened. So depends on the our input which we have taken signal, input signal, that is sinusoidal, which we have taken that input sinusoidal. So after turning on this parallel plates which having here two plates, first it will take positive, it will charge the positive and then it will charge the other plate as negative. Then whereas after coming to the negative cycle, it will charge like negative and it will charge like positive. This plate will charge negative and this plate will charge positive. So between like simultaneously it is happening that positive and negative and negative and positive. So based on this, that magnet field is created between these two parallel plates. So this creating magnet field, will call it as displacement current in between these two parallel plates without any moving of the charges, that makes current. So between these two parallel plate, which is sinusoidally it is changing, that is positive, negative and negative positive. So that current between this will call it as displacement current. And also like displacement current, that is nothing but conduction current. This we can say the definition of displacement current here. So this is going to major definition that is going to happen here. So that formula is going to take that with respect to the time. Without changing of this sinusoidal, it is not going to possible that to have that magnet field between two parallel plates here. So with the changing of electric field, that changing of with the time, so that magnet field will be created between this. There is a electric field in between two parallel plates. So this is the main concept of displacement current. So here is like I equal to, which is having completely before this conduction current, that is we'll call it as IC, that is current conduction current here. And here which is between those two parallel plate, we'll call it as displacement current. Okay, so this one is conduction current and this one is displacement current. So by having this concept, let us prove that mathematical equation how it is. Okay, so let us prove that mathematical equation from the Faraday's law only, that we are going to consider it. So that Faraday's law of which we have seen that Faraday's law, which we have seen that del cross E bar is equal to minus dou V bar by dou T. So this one is closed loop, that is static closed loop, that magnet field is going to vary with respect to the time. That time we have seen that from the Faraday's law, del cross E bar is equal to minus dou V bar by dou T. So this last class we have discussed. Then from the Ampere circuital law, that we have seen that magnet field for steady state, del cross H bar is equal to J bar. Okay. Now with respect to the time, varying condition, let us take the above equation, both side applying divergence. Here. So with this divergence, that is del dot, the divergence del dot del cross J H bar is equal to 0 here. So which we take the divergence on both sides, will give that completely that divergence del cross h bar is equal to 0, which is also equal to del dot j bar after taking both sides of the divergence, which is curl is identically, it will be 0 here. Okay. Now later from that equation, let us take the what is our continuity equation. That continuity equation says that del dot j bar is equal to, which is continuing current is flowing through that any of the circuit, minus dou rho u by dou t, so which is with respect to the time. So this can be happen truly if completely that dou rho u by dou t equal to 0. That is previously after taking divergence del dot j bar is equal to 0. So here is going to happen that completely 0 here. Okay. Now let us add that this can be possible for any of the having that either resistance or only resistance. If you consider the inductance and capacitance, this one will be not going to 0 completely del dot j bar. Now let us take that other term which is going to be added here, del cross j bar, j plus g bar. So I'm adding here one more term is g bar here, which is extra. Okay. Now similar way you can consider the divergence both side for this equation, above this equation. So which del dot del cross h bar is equal to del dot j bar plus del dot g bar is equal to 0 here. Okay. So which is a curl, the divergence of the completely curl is equal to 0. Now from the continuity equation, del dot h bar is equal to minus dou rho u by dou t. Okay. Now you can take the condition this one, which is completely having continuity equation, del dot j bar plus del dot g bar is equal to 0. Now you can substitute here, del dot j bar is equal to minus dou rho u by dou t in this equation. So after substituting, you will get from this equation, continuity equation, after substituting, you will get del dot g bar is equal to dou into rho u by dou t. So substituting del dot j bar as minus dou rho u by dou t, which is equal to 0 here. So you will get del dot g bar is equal to dou into rho u by dou t. Now with this equation, let us replace our first Maxwell equation, that is rho v equal to del dot d bar, which we know that divergence for the electric field. So after replacing with rho v here, so del dot j bar is equal to dou into d del dot d bar by dou t. So here divergence is constant, so you can take it out with respect to the time here outside, which is you will get del dot dou into d bar by dou t here with respect to the time. Okay. Now both side divergence is same here, so you can cancel out both side divergence. So now you will get z bar is equal to dou d bar by dou t, which is nothing but this one is like a displacement current, which is with respect to the time. You can see that there is an electric field between the two parallel plates. That is from the Ampere circuital law. We can take that now Ampere circuital law, del cross h bar is equal to not only having that completely j, it will be going to have that other one is displacement current, which is dou d bar by dou t, which is just now we have seen that that is considering that displacement current j bar plus dou d bar by dou t. So this one is completely now continuity equation of Ampere circuital law. From the Ampere circuital law, del cross h bar is equal to, which is conduction current density and as well as displacement current density, which is dou d bar by dou t. Okay. So this we can write it as similar way, conduction current density plus displacement current density, which notation jc and plus jd here. So where jc is nothing but conduction current density and jd is equal to displacement current density. Now further, if we move that with a practical, if you apply that same thing to the electrical circuit, okay, that is physically we have seen that how it is practical going to consider the displacement. Now let us take the other one is with same concept of displacement. Let us consider the electric circuit. electric circuit which having here resistance and capacitor here with a connecting parallel resistance capacitor that is considered in a parallel circuit, that is RC parallel circuit. Okay, now current through the resistor is I1, and then current through the capacitor I2. Okay, current through the resistance is I1 and current through the capacitance is I2. So this is generally we know that. Now which current is flows through the completely I1, we can write that equation as V by R. That I1 equation we can write it as V by R. That is applied voltage and then having that completely resistance here. Okay, so which having this one is resistor, that current through this resistance we can call it as conduction current. This one is conduction current. Okay, now if you want to calculate that conduction current density, what will be the density here, which is current flowing through this resistor having the area, that is I1, that is IC by A, conduction current density is going to call it as conduction current here. So conduction current density equal to IC by A. So area of the resistor here. A is nothing but area of the resistor, how much you are going to consider, which is also equal to that conductivity and then having that that applied voltage here, that electric field between this, that JC. Okay. Now let us consider second part, which is current through the capacitance. Current through the capacitance I2, you can write it as C into dV by dt. Now here parallel plate we are considering. So plate, that area and then having the distance between these two plates, and then what is that permittivity between these plates here, two plates, that is epsilon A by D, which is called it as capacitance, that is having dV by dt. So this we'll call it as displacement current. Displacement current will be going to denote as ID. This completely function you are going to denote as ID. So with that same thing, let us apply the electric field between the two plates, and then that equation we can write it as electric field equal to applied voltage over upon the having the distance for the capacitance here. That is two plates of the distance separated by distance d. So from this equation we can write voltage equal to d into E. Now you can take that equation and which is I2 is equal to ID. So because we are calling this one as displacement current density, displacement current, so I2 also equal to ID, so which is going to denote as ID here. Now epsilon A by, so you can substitute now what will be the voltage from this equation, that is having distance and then electric field applied. So that is D into dE by dt. So now after considering this, we can simplify this equation with having a d constant. You can take it out outside. So from the differentiation, so epsilon A by D into D dE by dt. So here the distance between the plate is constant, so you can cancel out here. So remaining ID is equal to epsilon A dE by dt. So now further you can calculate what will be the displacement current density, that is current flowing through that completely capacitor. So that is displacement current density, that having that area of the capacitor and then current flowing through that capacitor is ID. So you can simplify here, you can substitute, and then we'll get it JD equal to epsilon A and A. So here ID is nothing but epsilon A into d by dt. Now you can same thing, you can substitute here in this current density. So epsilon A by A into dE by dt. So area is constant. So now we can write as current density completely, displacement current density d into epsilon E bar by dt, which is nothing but d into d bar by dt. So this is a function of the main thing of displacement current. Now we can write completely current conduction current density as IC by A, that is JC, and displacement current we can write it as JD equal to dou d bar by dou t. That is with respect to the time, that rate of with respect to the time, that magnet field, that electric field is going to created between the parallel plate. That is the displacement current density here. Now total current you can calculate. So total current is equal to that current density equal to displacement current, and then having that conduction current. That is addition of these two for completely that circuit. Okay, that is having RC parallel circuit. So if you substitute those things, two equations here, we can write. So conduction current is sigma into E bar plus dou D bar by dou T, which also equal to sigma into epsilon, sigma into E plus dou epsilon E bar by dou T. Okay, and then further you can write down here. And this function, which is electric field, with respect to the time here, rate of change of with respect to the time t, that is e function, how you got the j omega epsilon e. So e is a completely sinusoidal function which is having that complex form, that is cos omega t and plus j sin omega t. Okay, e bar is equal to cos omega t plus j sin omega t. If you substitute that function here, so we'll get as j omega epsilon into e bar. Okay, so remember here, epsilon is equal to cos omega t and plus j sin omega t. After substituting with partial differentiation, if you consider it, so we'll get it as j omega epsilon into e bar, which is sigma e bar plus j omega epsilon into e bar. Okay. Now you can take the ratio of these two, which is conduction current and then displacement current, which you can calculate as sigma by omega epsilon. So here with respect to the angular frequency also, that is going to change that completely input signal here. Okay, that is Jc by Jd equal to sigma by omega epsilon. Now here the main function, which is sigma by omega epsilon, if it is greater than 1, then this medium is called it as conductor. If it is less than 1, then this completely that medium is dielectric part. Okay, that value depends on the one which is greater, sigma omega by epsilon, which is greater than 1, we'll call it as conductor. If it is less than 1, this value, then that completely which having the displacement and then conduction current, that is dielectrical medium, we are going to consider it here. This is the main concept of having displacement current. Okay, now let us take the one simple problem on here, which is one simple problem. So any of the medium we are going to consider, that medium is will be going to discuss later more. So here for the problem we are considering, one is lossy dielectrical medium. That problem is given in the lossy dielectrical medium, which is having conduction current density Jc equal to 0.02 sine of 10 to the power of 9 t ampere per meter square, and then displacement current density, and given that conductivity, that sigma is equal to 10 cube Siemens per meter, and then it is relative permittivity they have given as 6.5. So you need to calculate what will be the displacement current for here. Okay, so which given in the lossy dielectrical medium. So which we know that conduction, the ratio of the conduction current density and displacement current density, which is equal to sigma by omega epsilon. Okay, now we need to calculate what will be the displacement current here. So you can take the displacement current density from this equation. So after considering this equation, we can write it as Jd is equal to omega epsilon Jc by sigma. So now here given that conductivity they have given sigma, and Jc's they have given. So what will be, and epsilon is epsilon r into epsilon r by 10 to the power of 9. So this one is completely omega. So here sin omega t. Omega is nothing but omega equal to 10 to the power of 9. So you can take out here, substitute here. Then epsilon r and epsilon naught, which is they have given relative permittivity. It is not in free space. If it is free space, they mention, then you can consider as epsilon r equal to 1. So here it is given 6.5, the relative permittivity. So you can calculate that what is the displacement current density. and then into jc is 0.02 4 upon sigma is 10 to the power of cube. So after substituting this and calculating, so we will get conduction current density is equal to 1.151 micro ampere per meter square. Okay. So which we can write for both as a function here. So JD in terms of the cos we can write it. So conduction current and then displacement current in terms of the cos here. So JD is equal to nothing but you can write it in cos function. That is 1.151 cos 10 to the power of 9 time t micro ampere per meter square. Okay. So this one is on one concept of displacement current. So now let us consider up to this any doubt you have? Any doubt you have up to this?
No, sir.
Okay. Then I'll move other topic which is on the wave equations we are going to discuss now. Yeah, from that only, let us write here Maxwell equations, which we have seen that Maxwell equations with steady conditions, with steady condition without time varying fields. Okay. Now here, let us see that once again, Maxwell equations with respect to the time varying that fields, how it is going to have that Maxwell equations of 4 completely. So now from the Faraday's law, which we have seen that del cross E bar is equal to minus dou V bar by dou T. This is a Maxwell first equation with in a time varying field conditions. And if you write, so this form is in differential form. Now same thing you can write in the integral form, which is integral form having closed line integral e bar dot dl equal to minus surface integral dou b bar by dou t dot ds. So this action is in transformer action from the Faraday's law we have seen. Okay. So next to Maxwell's second equation is from the Ampere circular law that del cross H bar is equal to that conduction current density and plus displacement current density. So displacement current density is nothing but dou d bar by dou t. Okay. So that same thing you can write it in the integral form as closed line integral H bar dot dl. This is Ampere circular law. In between call has. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry,
Yes,
something
sir.
disturbed. Okay.
Sir.
Yeah. So from the Ampere circular law, which we have seen the del cross J bar is equal to, which is conduction current and displacement current. So integral form you can write conduction current and then plus displacement current, which same as integration here. Okay. And then other one is with respect to the time, that is from the Gauss law only. Okay. So Gauss law you can write del dot d bar is equal to rho v, and which is also you can write in the integral form surface integral closed surface integral d bar dot ds, which is equal to q. That also we can write it as volume integration rho v into dv. And then for magnetic field del dot b bar is equal to 0, which is for no isolated magnet field will have the charges anything for isolated magnetic. closed surface integral S B bar dot ds is equal to 0. So these are the main Maxwell equations. Okay. So main Maxwell equations are here 4, that is with respect to the time varying fields. If in examination they will ask with respect to the time varying, you have to write this form. If without mentioning that time varying, then you have to write that, which we have seen that already. Study condition. Those 4 Maxwell equations you need to write it. Okay. Now let us discuss the other one is uniform plane waves. With having that all the 4 Maxwell equations, let us discuss about the uniform plane waves here. So before going to take the general wave equations, that is completely in electric and then magnetic, let us have that some introduction part, which is having for both the electric field and magnetic field wave equation. We are going to see that all the Maxwell equations. Here, main thing we need to see about the completely wave equations are from Maxwell equations only. Okay, that main very important from the Maxwell equation. That completely both electric and as well as magnetic. Okay, so before going to see that uniform plane waves, let us take the what is the main thing introduction part having this uniform plane waves. So which we have seen that Maxwell equations for time varying fields from both that basics of explanation of electromagnetic wave propagations. So in this we are going to see that main thing is wave propagations. So which is going to exist completely in the electromagnetic waves, which is going to exist completely in the electromagnetic waves. So this electromagnetic waves, it was first stated by Professor Heinrich Hertz. Actually, that Professor Maxwell only himself predicted that existence of electromagnetic waves earlier. But later, that Professor Hertz was first two scientist who generated completely and that is detected that radio waves was successfully from the Professor Hertz. So sometimes we can call it this electromagnetic waves are also Hertzian waves. Okay, this is the general form of how that wave equation is described. So actually, how this wave is going to travel? The waves are the means. The this one is just to of transporting energy. That is our information from the source to the destination. Okay, and this wave consists completely electric and as well as magnetic fields, or call it as electromagnetic waves. So these electromagnetic waves are said to be existence in the if all the Maxwell equations that is going to satisfied and at the source point at any point in the medium, and it is going to destination or load point. Okay, so like in between you will be going to have that generating source and then reaching to the destination point. In between that we are going to consider that how magnetic materials is going to depends. Those magnetic that medium is going to considerable all the like lossy medium, free space, or any other consideration. Okay, that some of the
Sir,
like copper
excuse me,
yes.
sir. Sir, Moodle apps is showing that EM test at
Manoj, wait,
3:44.
Yeah, Manoj, wait. Sir will tell, wait. Sir, you continue class, sir.
Okay. What doubt is?
No, sir, in Moodle app, our motors test was scheduled at 5 o'clock, sir, but it says it is at 3:44.
Is it?
So, so I told Manjunath, sir, and Manjunath, sir, is talking to Rajinikanth, sir. Sir, he told he will inform you, take class, sir.
Okay. I will take. Should I
Yes,
take
sir.
or shall I stop it?
Sir, Manjunath, sir, told don't tell him
Sir,
to stop the
you are
class.
sir. Okay.
Anyone can just to tell me.
You continue, sir. Continue class, sir.
I will continue. No problem, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Once if Manjunath, sir, tells, I'll inform you, sir.
Yeah, that quiz is going to start at 4:44. No. Mm-hmm.
Sir, it is 3:44. It seems.
Oh, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So shall I discuss tomorrow class this one?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Just 4 minutes left. Sir.
Sorry, can I continue or should I discuss tomorrow this topic?
I think it got
Sir, you can
rescheduled.
continue if you wish to take the class, sir.
So I'll
Sir,
continue.
you continue, sir. It got rescheduled, sir. You continue, sir.
Okay, okay. I'll continue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is general wave equation, which both combinedly electromagnetic waves are said to be existent from the four Maxwell equations. Okay. So that is going to satisfy both the source point and as well as destination point. And this we are going to consider completely basically waves radiated from the source, and then it will be going to spherical wavefront, but sometimes like having that large distance also. That wave should be traveled from the source to the destination, like how we are receiving that wave signals from the antennas, like where we are receiving that TV signals, okay, and then telephonic signals. So all that should be reached from the source to the destination. So those medium, how we are going to consider it, okay, and that's some. So this way, it should be function of time and space. Okay, that this time should be function of time and space. That space how we are going to consider. Okay. So by having those concepts, we have to be assume this one is first one is properties of the wave while traveling. What are the properties of the waves? So that when those waves are traveling, and second one is they travel how that with high velocity. That waves are going to travel with high velocity. Okay, and that is 3 into 10 is power of 8 meter per second. That is wave is going to travel any of the medium. And then other one is radiated. Radiated, that will be completely outwards from the source in all the directions. Okay, so these are the main concept need to be considered. So before going, these are the introduction part that is going to have that uniform plane waves considering. Okay, and I think you I will stop here and I will discuss this general wave equation tomorrow class.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that introduction part is over. So tomorrow I will start with general wave equation. Okay, anybody is having doubt? Anyone is having doubt?